With the pressures of the modern world, we find ourselves in war, financial pressure, excessive social media consumption, working higher hours than ever, and an increasing rate of anxiety. I believe it's more important now than ever to retreat to the simple moments in our lives that replenish us and make us joyful and content. Today I'm sharing some attainable, slower living tips you can take into 2024 aimed for those working the 9-to-5 lifestyle. You could even have this, be a stay-at-home parent or be a business owner. This really can be tips for anyone though. So the first tip to live a more slower life in 2024 is to simplify your meals. And I actually got this idea when I made a salad for lunch today, and the amount of lettuce I have is just too much for me to have because my partner is away. So I put all this lettuce on my plate and I was like, I might just do a simple salad today. Lettuce, onion, a bit of grated cheese, and then boiled egg. And then all my dressing was olive oil and balsamic, and then salt and pepper. It was just like one of the most tastiest meals ever, and it just makes me think that sometimes it's just about having the basics, not worrying about, okay, I've got to make this full-on meal with all these superfoods and all of these ingredients, when really all it takes for true nourishment and satisfying meals is just those 3-4 ingredient based meals, making sure you're including your satiating food in there, protein, fats, fiber, that type of thing. And just really simple garnishing, using what you have in your pantry or your fridge from your herb garden, and not really worrying about buying all these sauces and seasonings and dressings from the supermarket and pre-packaged foods. It's like just using what you have, making those meals super basic, and really not overcomplicating things, when I know sometimes we do want to make this full gourmet meal. But I think it's to really live that more simple life during the week when you are working. It's just, okay, I'm just going to focus on, making myself or preparing myself for when I'm at work, just a super basic meal. The second tip I have for a more simple and slower life in 2024 is, and I think I'm the queen of this, is to reduce your social media use. And I have, I've been without social media for 2 years. I shared that journey on my YouTube channel. So if you're looking for some inspiration in how to do a social media detox, how to limit your screen time, and actually how to stick to it, definitely check out my playlist of videos that I have already. But we really want to limit our social media use during the week and on weekends to be more present, to take that pressure off of watching other people live their lives and not really being present. Sometimes we go to work, it feels like the same routine every day, waking up, coming home, watching TV, scrolling the phone, where how can you be more present? How can you give yourself more time? And how can you really simplify your digital and screen use in this world? Is it time for you to have a social media detox? Is it time for you to finally maybe delete or let go of apps that are dormant and you don't really use and they don't really serve a purpose? Simplifying the apps you do use for social media and reducing your screen time, especially your phone screen time, so that you can be more present, have more time to do the things you want to do, and also to enjoy the time you have with your family and to explore those passions and explore those hobbies outside of work. So my third tip for having a simpler and slower life this year is nature. Let nature be your number one focus in simplifying your life, being more present, having more joy and less anxiety and pressure. And just get out there in nature, make that time for nature, and schedule your routines and your daily habits around nature. So for example, you can take your lunch break outside, which is something I've recently started doing. You can have your morning routine completely outside, you know, having your coffee outside, setting up a little area outside where you can watch the sunset or sunrise and having your coffee, reading a book, and then, you know, doing like a morning or evening walk outside. That's one of the best things actually I've recently incorporated into my routines is actually, I actually like to do evening walks actually after work, and I just feel so much better after it. I have a better sleep, and my mental health from that day from working is just so much better, and I feel so much more clearer, and just getting that blood flow, you know, especially if you do work a sitting down office kind of job. I definitely recommend walking every day, either before or after work. Another thing you could do is to get outside, like, you know, have a garden veggie patch, or you might just have pots where you do things, have a herb garden, and just get outside and garden in those times before and after work. And I truly feel that you will feel more grounded, getting your hands and your feet into the earth, into the soil, creating life, creating produce for you to eat and to, you know, season your meals. I, you know, guarantee it will really bring more joy into your working week, you know, that 9-to-5 lifestyle. And then also, I love to do this, is eating your meals outside when you can. No books, no phone in front of you, no TV. Go outside, eat your meals, and then come back and tell me how much better you feel doing it. So my fourth tip to have a simpler and slower life this year is to do things for your future self now. And I mean, you know, obviously we're doing something, we're not slowing down, but I truly guarantee that it will help your future self feel more present, feel more calm, feel on top of things, which, you know, decreases that pressure of the daily life from work, from family, cooking meals, you know, kids, all of that stuff, you know, our commitments outside of work. It's when you have your time, okay, when are you feeling bored? How can you reduce your screen time on social media and reduce watching TV and use that time to do things for your future self? So, you know, you can prep and get things done. Meal prepping, regular cleaning and tidying up, laundry and dishes, you know, first thing when you wake up, or, you know, right before you go to bed, make sure, you know, you put all the dishes away. And I guarantee when you wake up in the morning, you will feel so much more calmer and clearer for the day ahead. And it's also, you know, cooking big meals, you know, so when you make dinner, you can cook a massive meal, and then that way, if you do have too much, you can freeze it to eat for your future self when you do have those busy days. And also when you do have the time, or you can set aside time on a Sunday, is to make things in batches. So it could be your favorite sauce, your favorite dressings, you know, essentials, drying out herbs, preserving fruits or vegetables you have from the garden, and making those big meals like, you know, sauces like bolognese sauce, or, you know, chopping up your veggies and your fruit ingredients for the week ahead, so that, you are more, like, I guess, on track and feeling on top of things for your work week, where you can just come into the kitchen and just totally have, you know, a lot of things ready to go. So doing things for your future self, and, you know, really prioritizing, okay, what can I do now that's going to help my future self, that's going to make my future self feel better. It could even be going on a walk right now to clear your mind and get the blood flow going. If you're feeling a bit stagnant, your future self is going to feel good, and then you're going to feel that momentum to keep going. And it's just that pressure is just off you, and, you know, you're feeling more on top of things and more better and joyful. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found inspiration and some tips to implement into your own lifestyle, especially if you are wanting to live a more simple and slower lifestyle, just like I am passionate about. If you want more inspiration, check out the rest of my videos on my YouTube channel, as well as my podcast, where occasionally I will post an episode sharing the deeper insights and feelings I have in my daily life. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Bye.